You say that you didn't cause all this. You say this is not your fault. So let's just see who's more effective at killing. You or me?
Sir Ridley Scott and his Moses and Pharaoh, Christian Bale and Joel Edgerton.
I was completely knocked out by the fact of what I didn't know about Moses. I had no idea about who this man was in the universe he came out of, what he created, what his challenges were. Man in constant denial. I mean, the story was so rich, I had to get involved in the next step, which was saying, what do you want to do now?
I came here to tell you that something is coming.
I had no idea how fascinating Moses would be. And obviously this is the story primarily of the bond of brotherhood between Ramesses and Moses, and what you have is essentially two atheists. The one gets exiled, purification in the desert, family man, meets with God, compelled by the voice of God to go liberate his people, and the other, who once he actually becomes Pharaoh, starts to believe the hype and starts to think actually maybe he is a living God. And so that sets up just the most dynamic, wonderful, but all very human confrontation.
Ramses is a fascist in the latter half of this movie, and yet along the way, regardless of his politics or his stance in that regard, that he's still a brother, he's still a son, and one he believes as an overlooked, less respected son.
What he managed to create is actually, I think, empathy for Ramesses. And you see this man who is a loving father, regardless of his politics. He is a loving father, so there's empathy for him. And so therefore, when they meet and he has his dead child, who is essentially Moses' dead nephew, you have to sympathize with this man.
You should concentrate our strength in the center. You should concentrate yours on fighting. Leave the generalship to me.
One of the outstanding questions always was, we cannot possibly fall back on beams from the sky and beautiful clouds and some beautiful voice. And so I knew it had to kind of emanate in some other form. And I was thinking, well, why isn't it a child who could be the absolute epitome of purity, innocence, intelligence? Right there's the three corners of power.